Welcome to one of English football's red-letter days. Arsenal versus Manchester United will always be a major date on the footballing calendar. There might have been a shift in the bigger picture and indeed the power balance since the days when both these teams were perennial winners. But one thing remains unchanged: they cannot stand losing to each other. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. Genuinely a heavyweight contest, North against South, London against Manchester. It is tribal.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Owen, looking to play him in. Well timed, excellent interception. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I just get the feeling that this...
Has a shot! Ah, he's given it away. And again! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Knocks it into space. Kanu.
This is the time you need that pace. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Renan Lodi. Looking for the run. Owen providing an outlet on that flank. And that is expertly dealt with. Kanu might just make this. And that's been won straight back. Cole. Tries a measured ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Cole takes control. He's gone for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And the shot! And again! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Chance to deliver. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter, there was absolutely no space to work with.
No foul, says the referee. Tries to play it through. That's good running with the ball. Steaming on goalwards. Real chance! Against the crossbar. And that has put pay to that. And Owen! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Now he's got space here. Dink through. Schmeichel gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And this is Owen.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Owen was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Manchester United happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. And the action is back on the way.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Davids. James. And it's Ferdinand. Could be danger here! Van Dijk deals with that comfortably. James. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. And Lodi. Martinelli. Davids. And it's made its way to him. Cole. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Davids. James. Olise going face-to-face with his great rival. Davids. And it's Van Dijk. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Rafinha. Arsenal finding their passes. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Martinelli, looking for options for movement. Darren Fletcher. Cole.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's been played through. Takes a shot! Davids. Now it's Olise.
For this match was 60,300.
It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Odegaard. Olise. Oh, that's neat. Olise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Renan Lodi receives it in a wide position.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared without hesitation. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Now it's Fletcher, and this is Fletcher. He's shifting through the gears here. Well read, and the danger is averted. It's not an especially good pass, that. James. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
It's Ferdinand. James. That's a good run down the left. Shifu2an is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Rafinha. De Ligt gets a foot in here. Spread it left. But he's well positioned here.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Owen. Time and again they are repelled. Cole. Here's Shifu2an. And here's Park Ji-sung. Very nicely done. He has found the way through. Climbs up big! And that would have won it.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Manchester United still ahead by the game's only goal. Martinelli. Beckham. De Ligt. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Very much into the last knockings. And it's Ribery. Always onto this. Goes for a shot! Sticks it away! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Rafinha. And time is up. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7, an undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. The action has already started. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No, it's come to nothing. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Passing is crisp and sharp. Davis. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, it's nothing new for attacking players to be converted into wing-backs and full-backs. But in this guy, Alphonso Davies, I think we might have uncovered something rather special. The raw pace, the energy, the athleticism. It's an endless drive he seems to have, and it's quite incredible.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Searching pass he's played there. Davids.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Abiati deals with that nice and simple. Rui Costa.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Hullet. Oh, sweet feet. And he's cut it out.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And it's James. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Hullet. Shevchenko.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Pirlo powering forward here. Neatly clipped into space. And Shevchenko! Goal, Milan! There is the breakthrough. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
It's great composure. He kept his eye on the ball until the last possible moment and then smash. No stopping that.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Rui Costa.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Drogba. Short changes him with that pass. Played back in. Rijkaard.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Arsenal finding their passes. Drogba, brilliantly cut out. Rijkaard. And here's the chance to counter. He shifted it to the flank. And it's Gullit. Can he get it through? Incoming delivery. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Gullit had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Knocks it into space. Milan keep calm in the face of... And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Security staff for
Some
each
first half
block.
thoughts?
Please
Well, it's
report to the
obvious,
staff
Peter,
room
that this
immediately.
team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Milan leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
So off we go once more. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Now it's Gullit. Well, that looks a decent ball. Hangs in and climbs up big! Just off target.
Shevchenko certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Davids. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Chips it through. Oh, no joy this time. Ronaldinho. Looking to play him in. Azar. Aims beyond the defence. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Baresi. Oh no, this does not look good. And it's Maldini. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Pirlo, who does have an assist to his name. Now it's Shevchenko. Now it's Gullit. Now Pirlo. Nice sequence of passes, this. Azar.
The
Davis.
attendance for this match
And
was
he's forced to go back.
62,005.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Shevchenko showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And it's been given away. There could be trouble here. Davis. Pressing high and with purpose. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Pirlo. Oh, shooting chance! It's there! And this is getting better and better. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Milan are doing very nicely. It's a mighty effort! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Arsenal with the corner, they're first. Not the most accurate pass. And now they can spring out of defence. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Olise. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Baresi getting this one clear. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Leicester tries to clear.
Arsenal truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Kaká. Pullet unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now, can they get him away? And he's had it nicked away. Right, Shevchenko. And here's Pullet. Pullet goes steaming forward. Shevchenko! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Substitution.
Olise. Ferdinand. Kukçu. Pass somewhat off target. Rijkaard. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, that's neat. And he's on his decent chance! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
After 89
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to support.
He's having a shot! Ferdinand. 2 minutes to be added on. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Welcome to one of English football's red-letter days. Arsenal versus Manchester United will always be a major date on the footballing calendar. There might have been a shift in the bigger picture and indeed the power balance since the days when both these teams were perennial winners. But one thing remains unchanged: they cannot stand losing to each other. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. Genuinely a heavyweight contest, North against South. Has a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Arsenal are managing to come away unscathed, admittedly with a fairly thick slice of luck.
Well, that's the risk you have to take when you're fully committed to attack, Peter. They're going to leave a few areas unattended.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, played through for the wide man. That has been knocked clear. Well, it's not very often that we single out the team's goalkeeper as their most influential player, but I suppose we can make a special exception for this fella, wkwk, Jim.
No doubt about that, Peter. I mean, whether it's through making saves or just through his sheer presence, he has a huge influence on any team he plays in.
Leading from the back, as it were.
Exactly.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now the ball, he gets big! Goal! Manchester United! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And there's green grass ahead of him. Haaland constantly looking for the ball into the box. Lovely feet. He is through here. Hangs one in. Bullet! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, takes a shot! Ribery. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Gullit is in a really good position out wide. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Vieira! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Ferdinand. And it's James. And it's Bale. Gullit. Davids and Rafinha, and that interception was most necessary. And here's Gullit. Neymar. Vieira. Oh, that's a key interception. Renan Lodi. Davids. Ødegaard. Rafinha. Knocks it into space. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Ribery. Rafinha. Now it's Gullit. Oh, that's well spotted. Swung over. Nice looking ball. Neymar looking to run onto it.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Maldini. For Bale. That's a little off target. James. And it's Davids. Renan Lodi. Probing pass. Neymar. Rafinha. Neymar could try cutting inside here. That has ended up in no man's land. Opts for safety. Renan Lodi. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Haaland. Manchester United do have a chance to counter here.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
He's found a way through.
There will be 1 minute added time.
He is just caressing the ball. Ribery. Ødegaard. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Manchester United can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. So off we go once more. Manchester United carrying a one-goal lead. Ødegaard.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
He won't be happy with that one. Haaland. Gullit. It's a mighty effort! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Ferdinand. And Lodi. Davids. And it's Ferdinand. It's Ribery. Tries to play it through. Ødegaard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. James. And it's Ødegaard. And here's Ribery. Arsenal looking to pass their way through. Neymar. And he's onside. Oh, smashing header! Decent enough try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Gullit tries to pass it through. James. Manchester United just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Ferdinand. Davids. And it's Davids. And Lodi. Well, that is one way to stop him. Played into space. Renan Lodi gets across to intercept
The
that.
attendance for this match was 62,005.
60 minutes played. Now it's Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, it's come to nothing. And it's Nedved. And this is Bale. Ødegaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's aimed into... Up he goes! Hits it again, but still no joy.
Manchester United really need to convert one of these chances now. This service is good, but the finishing is pretty wasteful.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
He's a sharp little ball here. Renan Lodi. Neymar. Now it's Rafinha. Pass somewhat off target. Great vision. Now there's a fine ball. Well, that's a foul and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Bale! What a save! Terrific reactions! Oh, what has happened here? Cruyff with the cross.
Manchester United clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Cruyff. Can he get on the end of this? And he's lost his man. And Albertini! It's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. So smooth. A signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
He's chance! And in he goes again! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post! And he's cleared it out of harm's way, and it's Totti. Adriano. And that's the keeper's ball. And they win it back again. Davis. Adriano. He's in a great position here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
That is a brilliant interception. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Kanu. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And that is that. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as, to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. And already we're underway here. And a chance! Goal! Arsenal! There is the breakthrough! So, a breakthrough already. Del Piero. And he's forced to go back. And it's Albertini. Roberto Baggio. Now it's Inzaghi. And this is Del Piero. Now it's Inzaghi. Totti! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Davis. Well-timed, excellent interception. Albertini. Pirlo. And it's Inzaghi. Pirlo. Takes aim and crosses. Caught offside that time. Davids. And Koundé. Kukçu. And it's Van Dijk. Davis. Hazard. Well read, nice interception. Now it's Inzaghi. Albertini. Now it's Inzaghi. Nice sequence of passes this. And it's Baggio. Now it's Del Piero. Tries a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Ferdinand.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Olise going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Kukçu. Olise looking to get on the end of this. Totti. And it's Del Piero. Roberto Baggio. It's a searching pass. Now it's Inzaghi. Big chance! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Filippo Inzaghi is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Kukçu. Now it's Drogba. And it's Hazard. That has been cut short. Del Piero. Passing is crisp and sharp. Del Piero. Oh, it's Baggio! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Totti powering forward here. Azar. Davids defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Inzaghi! It's hit the crossbar! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Azar. It's Van Dijk. Azar. Arsenal finding their passes. Olise was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Olise, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Inzaghi. Totti. Not the most convincing of times. Oh, they could be caught out here. Davis. Neymar looking to add to his goal. Now it's Inzaghi. And it's Del Piero. And here's Baggio. It's Baggio! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Ferdinand. Koundé. Olise. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves. Too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And the action is back on the way.
Italy really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Koundé. And it's Kukçu. Inzaghi. Played out to the left flank. Del Piero. He is through here. The ball goes in. Big header! And he hits the net. Italy are back in business. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Totti. He's on it, can he get away? Kukçu. And it's Drogba. And he's had it nicked away. And here's Baggio. Azar. Davids. Now Davis. Arsenal looking to pass their way through. Now it's Olise. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played into space out wide. And the finish! Goal, Italy! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Italy get themselves into the lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes.
Arsenal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly...
Chance, surely! Just off target. It's their second corner of the game. Azar. And now a sudden chance to counter. Davis. Kukçu. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Azar. And this is Drogba. Drogba! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
Italy are looking to go forward now. Looking for options for movement. Massa, and he shoots! And he has kept it out somehow.
Massaro really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Olise, and it's Kukçu. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's a fine interception. Italy still have the cards to affect this game. And they can counter here. Pinches it off him. Half an hour gone in the second half. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And here's Totti. And here's Inzaghi. No way through, so back it comes.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Kukçu. And here's Olise. He's a sharp little ball here. That'll be a throw.
Substitutions taking place.
Koundé's cross, and he was alert to it. Massaro distributed tidily.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Davis. Massaro, and here's the chance to counter. And that could set him on his way. And Rossini is onto this. He's got tall. He's got a goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Zaccagni demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claim...
Zaccagni!
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. It's out for a goal kick. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Zaccagni, oh, well played. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Cannavaro. Looking to play him in. And it's been played through. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. And the referee brings it to a close. Italy have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.
And we'd like to inform you now that the latest...
Well, how will we look back on that?
What a game, what a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage, it was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things around.
Welcome to one of English football's red-letter days. Arsenal versus Manchester United will always be a major date on the footballing calendar. There might have been a shift in the bigger picture and indeed the power balance since the days when both these teams were perennial winners. But one thing remains unchanged: they cannot stand losing to each other. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation as, to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. Well, this is undoubtedly a mouthwater. And the finish! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. That pass isn't the best. Neymar. Davids looking for a runner.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Ferdinand getting this one clear. And the counter is on. Davids. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that's a fine interception. Shifu2an. Can he spark a counter here? He's found a way through. Flashes it across. Out of play for a goal kick. James. Odegaard. Tries to play it through. Davids.
2an really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Good ball, good chance for a shot! And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Shifu2an. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Neymar. Oh, perfectly measured that. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's 2an. Oh, red, nice interception. And reclaimed it in a trice. And it's Neymar. Now it's Drogba. That's a cute ball. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Almost half an hour in now. Drogba. Now it's Odegaard. Knocks it into space. It's 2an. Now it's Owen. That has been slung wide. He's picked his way through. Shifu2an's cross. Neymar has a look and plays it forward. Oh, good read. Now it's Owen. Bruno Fernandes. Shifu2an. And here's Owen. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And he's had a hit against the crossbar. Owen is flagged offside. Davids, and it's James.
2 added minutes has been
Rafinha,
indicated.
and they win it back again. Owen, Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Ødegaard. Can he get on the end of this? Chance! And that is a truly outstanding save.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Deftly away. 2an. And there's the end of the first half. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Manchester United are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Ferdinand. James.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. So, third corner of the game. Diogo Dalot is there, and he can get that clear. Matheus Cunha has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Matheus Cunha, oh, that's fabulous. Matheus Cunha's cross. Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ferdinand for Olise, and it's Davids. Neymar, and that has put paid to that. Beckham, and here's Drogba. Now that's well seen too. Now it's
The
Owen.
attendance for this match was
Bruno Fernandes.
62,005.
And he cuts out a supply. Olise. Now it's 2an. Shifted it to the flank. Aims beyond the defence. This looks promising. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Darren Fletcher plays in a big header, and he hits the net. It is no contest. It is a landslide. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
It's become a case of men against boys. Now it's Owen. Oh, they can break here. Van Dijk. Davis. Now it's Owen. Always onto this. Real chance! It's hit the upright. Davids. Ødegaard. And it's Davids. Passing is crisp and sharp. Spread out to the left. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival.
Substitution in progress.
Manchester United choosing to make the first change. Davis. Cross goes in there. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now what about this cross? And they can counter here. That is ended up in no man's land. Ferdinand. Davids. Cantona. Beckham. Now it's Cantona. Ødegaard. Oh, that's a key interception. Great vision. He's in space and looking for options. Olise. Davids. Davis. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Law. Davids. It's Davis. And it's been given away. Shapes to shoot! He scores! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Manchester United are having a ball here. Oh, shooting chance! Really well taken goal. It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, I think we've reached the point when
It's Drogba! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Nicely shaped cross. Drogba! And that's wide.
Four added minutes has been indicated.
Van Dijk does really well there, he is strong. Cole, there he goes, motoring forward. Showing great feet there. Cantona delivers. There will be 4 extra minutes. And it's Fletcher. So that's it, it is all over. Manchester United pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start.
been...